What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and today is the day we get to see how Sora and KH Cloud has been changed. Where are they in the meta? I want to go over their changes and, where their damage is and how you guys should be using them rotation-wise. And then we are going to talk about AI Katy Perry and the lovely Katy. I'm going to do my best to review them and that STMR. Is that STMR really as great as everybody says, or is it somewhat overhyped? Let's get into it. Alright guys, so here we are. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to be saving Riku and Sephiroth till tomorrow, just in case something gets changed with them, like happened with Esther and them. However, Sora, Cloud, and AI Katy and lovely Katy are out there for you guys to get your hands on, so they're not going to be changing anything with those. And yes, I do need to speak on this. Katy Perry, I have no interest in. She could be the next best thing you've ever seen, and I wouldn't care. It's just something with that unit, especially since we're going to look at AI Katy and how unique she is, and how they choose to try to inflate. We'll talk about it. They choose to try to inflate these collabs that most people don't want. I know there are a lot of people out there, and I appreciate it. Some people don't even want Kingdom Hearts. Some people hate Kingdom Hearts. Disney and Final Fantasy, get that shit out of my face. Understandable, but they give these Kingdom Hearts units, they give some of our favorite Final Fantasy units kind of these linear builds, and they wait till they really need to bust out a unit to get some eye-catchy flashiness, and they put it into there. I do not appreciate that. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. Sometimes things happen, and I hope every Katy Perry fan out there love these units. So we're going to be covering AI Katy today. Lovely Katy's cool and all. She's the free unit. Nothing too crazy about her. Her TMR and STMR are unique. There are not a lot of uses for them right now, except for possibly in a spirit-based ability damage dealer that could really help you guys out. But we're going to look at AI Katy. Now, all I've been seeing, all these things about AI Katy, her STMR, her TMR, her look at her unit, we're going to go over and you guys are going to see all the crazy stuff going on. And I'm going to try to do my best to be as unbiased as possible. It's probably not going to happen. I want to apologize to everybody out there, but I'm only human. And so even if I think what I'm saying is correct. I've researched it. I've written it down. I've gotten my feelings on it. I think some of the hype or some of the goodness of this unit could be dampened. There's that word again, because of how I feel about the unit and how I feel about the way they used it, okay? So I apologize if I did that. If you guys think I'm being a little bit biased, I'm doing the best I can. I hope you appreciate that. So first off and foremost, we have this TMR here, antivirus software, which I think is an amazing TMR, okay, guys? You guys are getting defense 30, spirit 30, defense 10%, spirit 10%, and resist all status elements. So you're getting all those status elements gone, which we need a lot in trials these days. We've always needed it. And with some big stat boost there, defensive, which is great. And then we also get Installation Program, which is a 3-turn cast at the start of battle, resist to all breaks. So attack, defense, magic, and spirit, you get resist on that. Very unique TMR. I love the TMR. I think it's pretty cool. It could be used on a lot of units. And the TMR that's similar to this, I think that provides a lot of that same stuff. Most of them are STMRs. So I think this is really great and something you guys could be going for. I think it's only like, what, 10k Lapis to get your hand. Oh, yeah, I mean, 10k Lapis to get your hands guaranteed on one of these. It's really up to you how you want to spend your Lapis, but it's pretty nice. I myself will not be supporting this, but that's a personal decision. Again, just how I am. So looking at the STMR, and we're actually going to click over and look at the STMR here. Upgrade package. Now, when I first saw this thing, I couldn't believe it. My eyes bugged out of my head. I started making excuses. If you guys remember, if you guys haven't watched my news video, check it out. But I kept saying things like, there's got to be some way this doesn't all activate. But some of them were like, I was like, maybe it's once every other turn, another one activates or something. But some of them were like equip rod, equip whip, the middle one here. And I was like, well, there's no way that you can't change equipment mid-battle. So what's going on with this accessory? Well, first off, yes, it is an accessory. Attack 40, magic 40, giant stats there. So first off, hybrid damage dealers are going to like it. Magic damage dealers are going to like it. Attack-based magic damage dealers should like it, right? And it has a lot of passives, so let's go over them. Life extension. This right here is going to be a passive that gives you guys autocast every turn, restore HP and MP 10% to whoever has it on. So they're going to be able to get their HP and MP going up. It's like a refresh, a little bit of regen there. Nothing too crazy, but here it is. Next up, we have security version upgrade, and this is going to be for the tanky people out there. It allows you guys to put light shields or heavy shields on, And then it gives you guys Spirit 40%, HP, Defense 20% when equipped with a Light Shield, and then Defense 40%, HP and Spirit 20% when equipped with a Heavy Shield. So it switches the Spirit and the Defense out depending on what kind of shield you have on by 20%. And this seems phenomenal, and it is. This is a phenomenal item when it comes to any unit out there that is always going to be wanting to have a shield on, that is always going to be have that on. And that includes some support units, not all support units, and probably all of your tanks are going to want. These shields are amazing, especially if you ever get into that double shield meta. If there's a unit that ever comes out with that, this is going to be broken specifically for that unit, right? I don't think they'll ever do it, but it would be cool if one unit could be able to do that. Now, is it outstanding? Is it so crazy, this one specific thing? Because if you look at it, your tanking people are not benefiting at all from this attack 40, magic 40%. A lot of the times your tank may need to put on the safety bit, or they need to put on a ribbon effect maybe in their accessories. And that's where I think a lot of this, it is very good, don't get me wrong. But there are a lot of cases where it's not the absolute best, and it's going to be for all three of these. So just saying, there are a lot of reasons why if you don't want your unit to have a shield on, they're not going to be able to use this. But, you know, that's just nitpicking and choosing. But I'm just giving you guys the ups and the downs of this passive here. Now, we're moving on to the next one, and we have Drive Version Upgrade. And that is going to increase your attack by 40%, increase equipment attack 50% when single wielding. So that's going to be true double hand. And then increase your equipment attack 50% when dual wielding. So that's going to be true dual wield, right? So, holy crap, we get an attack 40. We get attack 40% and equipment up by either one of them by 50% of the true double hand or true dual wield. So we are being able to select. So not only is this really good on tanks, this is also going to be good on some of your other damage dealers. Obviously. Now, when it comes to true dual wield, I don't think this is your best option. I think there are better options out there in the world that you probably already have, and that's one of the reasons why I want to just give you guys thoughts in your head. I mean, we have other options for true dual wielders, the 40 attack plus the 40% attack here. While awesome for the true dual wielders out there nowadays, including Sora that just got released, we'll talk about in a minute, they have an easier time hitting that 200% true dual wield cap, on top of the fact that they have two weapons in their hands. So two item world weapons is going to make this a little bit less grand to them. Now, the true double handers, it's going to be amazing. You're going to look at a true double hander, and this is going to be really, really strong on them. As long as they're attack based, obviously. Which is how true double hand works. This is magic true double hand. So this is where this TMR or STMR, excuse me, really shines in my opinion. True double hand users are going to love this. There are not a lot of options out there that are better than this, in my opinion, as an accessory. So the plus is going to be true double hand physical attack units. So that's why that's good there. Again, not shying away from how good it is for true dual wield, but there are more options and other options out there in the TMR aspects of things that could help you more so than chasing after this 40k STMR if you get unlucky. Next up, we have CPU upgrade, and I think this is the worst out of the three passives in terms of who you can put it on. CPU version upgrade allows you to use rods, allows you to put on whips, and then if you have a rod in one hand, you get magic 50%, and then if you have a whip in another hand, you get whip 50%. And it's just not going to be as good as, let's see, it's very strong. I know I want to keep saying that because I know people are going to try to bash me in the comments, guys, but there are other options already in the game that are not limited, that are not there to just squeeze you out of all your lapis before maybe something else comes out that you may want, and there are other builds. Now, a lot of magic damage dealers are not going to want to put a whip on. It's just how it is. It's just that there are great whips out there, but this is requiring you to have a great whip with magic that will be more so than a rod that applies as 50% from this whip. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're only, essentially what you're getting out of this for most magic damage dealing users is they already can put a rod on, and it's rod 50%, so plus 40 magic, which is great, for a lot of the time, if you guys are looking at hybrid damage dealing units, I know a lot of you guys want to talk about that. Hybrid damage dealing units, physicals are going to love this. It's going to be a lot better for physical damage dealers because of the drive version upgrade, as opposed to somebody maybe out there trying to really go hard on magic, specifically because Ravenheart and the STMR from Fravia exist. And I know, hey, you're comparing STMR to STMR. Like, what's the problem here? They're in the game forever. You can essentially get them at any time, randomly through a summon or something like that. You don't have to just blow your load here, spend money, and get it. So, and again, for the magic side of things, we have the other better options. And honestly, there are a lot of options in the game you may already have. What I see this STMR as is something that really boost your account up if you're newer. If you don't have all this equipment I'm talking about, if you're really struggling on making a lot of these people really strong, this is a great option for you. You guys can get it for 40k lapis guaranteed, which is pretty good for getting an STMR. I mean, you know, you could get lucky and get it before that. And a lot of the STMRs out there, it takes a while to get, right? Because of the whole banner system and things like that. But it is not the item intended all items. Ravenheart is still the top for me. I thought this item would blow me out of the water. And after I started thinking about it, after I started researching, after I started putting things in my mind, it's just not the end all to be all. I think Ravenheart is still up there really strong. And again, we have other options. So we're going to move on from this. And I know a lot of people aren't going to be too happy about the way I did this. Very, very strong, top tier STMR that you guys can get. But don't feel too bad if you have to miss out on it. I'm missing out on it. Again, I'm I have a lot of other items, but I think it's more for people to catch up. It's like a catch-up thing. It's also eye-grabby. Like, oh, these things are awesome. It's so all over the place. You can do so many things. And while that is true, it is not absolutely necessary for you guys to blow all your money. So now that we have that out of the way, again, be super excited. If you want it, grab it up. We're going to talk about the actual units. So what we're going to look at here is we're just going to scroll through the abilities. You can see this ability list, very, very long, lots of stuff going on, along with massive amounts of passives, which we'll go over here a little bit. And then we have a lot of different magic she can use, abilities she can unlock. She has the ability to unlock triple cast, which we're going to turn that on because that's unlocked when she has her TMR on, which will have that always on. She has the ability to raise, Kiraja, which can help out. She has a lot of different elements she can cover as far as, you know, boosting up your elemental resistance by 70% on those, which is great on demand. And then she has this LB here, decrease attack, defense, magic, and spirit, 70% for 3 turns to one enemy. Increase all of that to herself by 250%. And then she does some physical damage with some magic damage too. If we scroll over this, physical attack with magic damage. So it's going to be physical attack, but it's going to be based off of, you know, the magic. So I just wanted to show you guys that her LB is incredibly useful with the 70% you know, break there, and the damage on top is like the icing on the cake. So what can Katy do? So Katy can do everything. She's a jack of all trades. She can break extremely efficiently, a single target, but she can full break 70%. She can cover both physical and magic attacks, and when she does that, as you can see, she has the ability to, see here her covers right here, both physical and magical. That is going to be done. She can triple cast into that. And it's the first time we've seen that, where she can be doing one thing, she can get her cover in there, she can get her breaks, she can do something else. She is very versatile in that way. She has a 5,000 HP barrier when it comes to when she casts her either one of her covers there, and 5,000 HP, that's a crap ton. She also has the ability to boost up her spirit or defense depending on what she's on, with a nice damage mitigation also when she covers her units. When we talk about AI Katy in terms of her actual stats, she is lacking a bit as compared to other units, but it is made up for a little bit with her passes we'll talk about here in a minute, and it's made up for a lot in tanky wise by this 5,000 HP barrier that should almost always be up if you're using her as an AoE cover tank, because she can just triple cast into it. She does have a lot of damage. She has, you know, she can cover physical damage, she can cover magic damage with these two abilities. They do get upgraded to do special things if you use them after certain other abilities. And while we look at that and we think, man, she could be doing a lot of damage, I think she'll be up there. I think she'll be mid to high tier, somewhere in the middle there. Not anything up with the other damage dealers that we have, strictly because if you want her to do any of her other stuff, she's gonna have to break this chain of what she's doing to be able to do that kind of damage. Yeah, so damage-wise, I'm going to go ahead and put that away. She can do damage. She can bring the damage. It's not going to be anything too crazy, but she can bring the damage. But I don't think really that's her use, right? This is what I'm talking about, where they flash everything in your face. This unit can do physical damage. They can do magic damage. This unit can tank. This unit can break. It has some support elements as well. So what they're trying to do is cram all this into a unit, and normally that's awesome. And with this unit, I think it's pretty good. But because they crammed so much in, they didn't make her really shine in all the ways that maybe another unit you already have does. Moving on down, again, we do see that she has this break ability. When she first uses it, it's going to be 55% break for 3 turns to an enemy. But if used after Hacking System Plus, which is what this turns into, or if used after Directive Hacking System Plus or Directive System Update, name changes to Directive Hacking System Plus. So if you guys use her cooldown down here, which is, let's see, increases magic, attack and magic 200%. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we're not going to be using that. At least if I was using it, I wouldn't. It gives her more physical and human killers, magic and human and machine killers, excuse me. And then she gets increase modifiers to Flare, Flood, Freeze, Quake, and Tornado, which is most people aren't using that right now, but it's okay. She uses that, pretty much does nothing for her tanking. It does allow her to use her break here that does for 70%. So we're going to go in there, we're going to triple cast, we're going to go with System Update, we're going to hit the, where are we at here? We're going to hit one of the covers, so that's what we're going to do, right? Because we're going to use her as a tank cover. This is what I think her optimal use is. And then we're going to be able to break for 70%. Now, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. I have talked to a couple of people to confirm. They are saying that this does upgrade on the turn that you use it. So if you triple cast and you cast, you know, the system update, you cast the cover, and then you cast this break, it should be applying the 70% break. Certain other units kind of had the same thing where, like, even though it's not upgraded when you click it, when it gets to it, the game updates the ability and it does the break. I cannot confirm because I don't have the unit. I don't plan to have the unit. In comments below, if you have this unit, if you can test that for me, that'd be great. But essentially on turn 1, unlike any other tank breaker, she can cover and she can break. And that's phenomenal, right? That's going to be great for her. Now, with her HP barrier, is she going to be tanky enough? Is she going to be able to put, you know, have enough? Look at this. Look at what she can put on everything. She can pretty much put the kitchen sink on. Is she going to be able to tank a lot of this stuff? And I think yes. I think she is going to be able to do it. Is she going to be able to do it as good as maybe a CG Charlotte? Why is CG Charlotte still better than her, in my opinion? And again, I'm trying to take all biased out. CG Charlotte is going to AoE cover. She has tankier stats. She is going to be tankier. That 5,000 HP barrier is awesome, but she is going to be tankier in my opinion. She also has magic mitigation 30%. She has the ability to imperil. She has the ability to mitigate 50% damage on everyone, and that's full damage. You know what I mean? So, like, I think that CG Charlotte is still going to shine. Obviously, she's still going to be better in my opinion, but it doesn't take away from AI Katy's ability to both 70% break, which is super high on an opponent, and be able to cover, okay? Moving on down through her other abilities, I'm not going to cover it too much. She has, like, weapon and equip mastery on almost everything. This is what's going to make up for those little bit of stat decreases below, depending on how you equip her and what you have. You can go down this whole line right here. Like I said, with the TMR equip, we are getting the triple cast processor and triple black magic for her black magic spells. She is going to be able to triple black magic cast that stuff, and then she just gets more and more stats as we move on down. She has the ability to unlock all this stuff. She has the ability to cure if you need to. She has the ability to raise if something like that would happen. So, we've talked about her enough. We've shown everything she can do. So, normally I'd just be like, heck yeah, dude, go in on it. She does so much. But the problem, I think, is that a lot of people out there already have units that do everything that Katy's trying to do. I think a lot of people out there have a tank and then they have a side breaker they're going to be using, like Sylvie or somebody like that. AI Katy, the one unique thing I think out of everything we just looked at is the ability to cover and then break in the same turn with an extremely efficient high break. Other than that, I think she's a new user unit. I think she's there to cover a lot of the, or maybe a mid-tier. Maybe you're missing out on a breaker. You're missing out on a good tank. You know, you've been saving your money. This is your chance to grab one for pretty cheap when it comes to Lapis, right? Because of the whole 10K guaranteed one. You spend 20K, you get the 7-star guaranteed, and you may get it before that. Other than that, I think people are blowing her way out of the water. I think that I think that you have people to do what she does. And while she is fantastic, and people are going to go into the trials, they're going to do some weird stuff with her, and it's going to look great, and you guys are going to be like, Claic, look what she can do, and I'm going to be like, cool, my team can already do that. And in the future, there are going to be much stronger units that come out that can do it way better than she can. And just like, sadly, Noctis was, a jack of all trades with a little bit of unique kinks ends up getting washed away in the end. So that's going to be my talking about AI Katy. I'm getting it out of here. I'm not talking about her anymore. I hope you guys don't take it as too much of a negative, but I'm just trying to reserve your hype because of that's how it is, okay? That's just how it is. Next up, we're going to talk about the upgrades to Cloud and Sora. Now, listen, these are damage dealers, and damage dealers are a dime a dozen. I know a lot of people out there are going to say, you just talk shit on that jack of all trades unit can do everything, and now you're going to sit here and get hyped about these units. These are personally hyped for me. I'm going to explain them straight up what they can do and what they can't do, give you guys rotations, and talk about what was upgraded. So with Kingdom Hearts Cloud, we're going in here. He does have Buster Sword. It was updated. The STMR was increased by a little bit of attack, and again, these upgrades and all these changes to these units have already happened, and I do believe they've already happened. Hope I'm not lying about that. And they should be applied right now. So you should have upgrades to these things without doing anything. As soon as you log in, bada bing, bada boom, they're upgraded. Cloud, again, like Sora, I'm not going to go over individually each thing. I'm just going to call out some of the things that really shine to me. They got upgrades to a lot of their modifiers. They got upgrades to some of their cooldown abilities. Cloud got the biggest upgrade for his kit, in my opinion, is the ability to triple cast, triple limit, which is unlocked through the cross/omen, which is going to be big for him, right? Triple casting is great. And his rotation is going to go a little bit like this. You guys are going to cast, cross/omen to unlock, get him 250% attack up, which is nothing to, shake a stick at. And then we also get cross/plus, and then we get triple limit, which is going to be his triple cast. On that same turn, you guys are going to go ahead and cast Continuum Cut. And this is a Divine Ruination Chaining family, but this is going to be his main damage dealing ability. I know a lot of people are going to go down here and look at Cross Slash Plus, physical damage 20 times, paralyze all enemies. The fact that it's a 5 hit, it doesn't like chain cap itself. It ends up not being, in my opinion, as good as Continuum Cut. Now, you guys can prove me wrong, but this is where I am at right now with my research, that Continuum Cut is better. Divine Ruination, right? Oh my god, why didn't they change that? Why isn't it Bolting Strike? Why isn't it Absolute Mirror of Equity? You know, I think Global is going to try to bring Divine Ruination back, especially with not changing a unit like Kingdom Hearts Cloud. It's fine to have a bunch of different things in the game. It does feel bad for all the other people out there who have units that have Bolting Strike and things like that, because Cloud is literally in the meta. Like, I think his two chaining partners are going to be Cloud, another Cloud Kingdom Hearts, or a Kingdom Hearts Sephiroth. Those are going to be your two options. But essentially, after you do the Cross/Continuum Cut, you are going to cast Continuum Cut 3 times over and over and over again, and so you get the ability to Assault Break, which you're going to go Continuum Cut, Assault Break, because look at this big damage dealing ability. It's so much, and it is on you can't do it on turn 1, that's why you wait till turn 4 to do it with a 4-turn cooldown, and then you go again, Cross/Omen and the Continuum Cut. His LB did get upgraded quite a bit. We're going up to a 50 times multiplier. So if you feel like you want to go in and use it, that's completely fine. I don't think it beats out triple casting Continuum Cut, but it could be something you guys want to look into with LB damage, and maybe that's how you want to build him, or maybe you want him to be your finisher. You can't find any Divine Ruination Chainers. That could be what you go in and look at. Another thing I want to point out is he has 100% guts, so he's going to be able to withstand that, and we know how important that is. It has come up several times for me recently in the trials, where if my unit can just withstand death once, it really helps me a long way, and that's great for him. So overall, as far as damage wise on the damage meters, he is still below some of the more recent upgraded units like Roberta. He's around Esther level. He can beat Esther, but the thing about Sora and Kingdom Hearts Cloud is they need outside imperils, and they also need imbues. Well, Cloud definitely will need an imbue because he's going to be true double-handing, right? So he's probably going to be using his STMR Buster Sword or something powerful like that. So Kingdom Hearts Cloud is going to require 1, a Divine Ruination Chainer. 2, he's going to require a outside imbue, outside imperil. And when he can do that, he is up there around Esther level. I think he can get around her with these upgrades, which is great for a unit that was released like a year ago, almost a year ago at this point. And so he's pretty strong, but the problem is, I think his problems kind of outweigh how strong he is with how much setup he requires with his kit. Now, moving over to Sora. Sora is much stronger than Kingdom Hearts Cloud with his upgrades. Sora got a lot more done to him, in my opinion, to make him the way he needs to be. Sora has the same problems as Cloud, except for because he's a true dual-wield user, he is going to be able to probably put an element in one of those 2 hands and not take too big of a hit of it in his kit. So he only needs an outside imbue, right? Imperil, excuse me. Opposite. Imperil to help out his kit. So again, Sora and Kingdom Hearts Cloud without an outside imperil, they're not good at all. It's just how they were made. If they would have somehow upgraded them and gave them some kind of imperil on their moves, that would have changed the game quite a bit. But I mean, I know a lot of people out there do have outside imperils they can apply with their support units, even with their tank units like a CG Charlotte, so that's okay. Remember that his Kingdom Key did get upgraded. It is now giving 50% to true dual wield, which is absolutely insane. Because in his kit, after we look at the changes from his upgrade, he has I do believe 100% in his kit. I think I wrote that down. We'll confirm it in here. So he's gonna have 150% true dual wield already. So he's essentially doesn't need that much to be able to get him to that full 200% that he's gonna need to be able to be as powerful as he can be. And then Heartslight also got upgraded to be attack 50% when dual wielding. So if you got lucky enough to get his STMR, you slap that on him with the Kingdom Key, bada bing, bada boom. And I think this is a great thing to put on him anyway. I mean, attack 70%, that's like shit ton. You're gonna be where you want to be. Okay, so moving on down, what else got upgraded? Lots of multipliers went up. Lots of things got better. One of the biggest thing is Combo Plus is now a 5-turn cooldown, and it unlocks the triple command for 5 turns. So essentially, he's always going to have triple cast up, which is going to be great. His best chaining ability is Ars Arcanum. Takes him a bit to get going because it is a stacking one, and it is Absolute Mirror of Equity. So he also has that over Cloud, where at least he can chain with a lot of these different units, like Alana, all kinds of different units he can do that with. So that's going to be the move you guys are going to want to be using. Scrolling on down, he got a bunch of different changes. Again, he got let's see where this is. Yeah, he's got 100% true dual wield now. Already increase equipment attack 50% when dual wielding. So he has, let me see, increase Oh, that's single wielding. Sorry. So he has 50% here, and then he should have gotten 50% somewhere else. Am I missing that? Here it is. Chris, when single wielding any weapon, I'm pretty sure he has 100% innately though. When dual wielding, yep, I totally missed the combo master there. So that's 100% innately, like I said. That's actually pretty big when it comes to equipping a Sora up and making him where he wants to be. And then also he did second chance, which I love, obviously, Kingdom Hearts. It did go up to 100%, so he's going to be able to truly resist death one time, which is going to be very important moving on through the trials. His LB also got enhanced to be a 70% breakup from whatever it was before. And while great, using his LB is a huge damage loss. So you don't really want to be using his LB unless you're in a really tough spot and you really need to apply the brakes, which is fine. You know what I mean? You can take a damage loss. It's not like you lose the game if for a turn you don't do damage. There are a lot of trials out there where you can do damage for a turn because of mitigation. So this actually is a lot better than people want to let it out to be, because there are a lot of turns where you just can't do damage. You just do this, apply a 70% break if you're struggling to get a breakup. It's great to have in his back pocket, but overall, here is how he is going to work. It's actually very simple. You're going to cast Combo Plus. You're going to cast Combo Plus with Ars Arcanum on this first turn, which enables triple cast. With triple cast, you're going to go triple Ars Arcanum, triple Ars Arcanum, triples Ars Arcanum, and then you're going to cast triple Sonic Blade because the modifier up from Combo Plus, which is 3 times, which is new and added, will be should be worn out by then. So Sonic Blade actually overtakes Ars Arcanum, I do believe, in the damage. So you're going to triple cast Sonic Blade. They're going to get right back to it. Combo Plus into Ars Arcanum, Ars Arcanum, Ars Arcanum. So he's very simple. Again, the things he's missing is a Imperil, but that's okay. His damage will be up there. He is actually, I think he is around Xeno. He's around Elena. He's around all of these different units. He got buffed pretty well, and I'm very happy about him. I cannot wait to try him out. I can't wait to see some builds with him. I'm sure they're going to be interesting, especially with his buffs to his true dual wield innately passively. I definitely want to look into him and see what I can do with him. I'm going to be using him again, which makes me extremely excited. So I think they did Sora right. Could they have done better? Of course they could have. But overall, he's going to be up there with the meta. And I think, honestly, the meta is just doing this little thing. So, like, to have a unit maybe you got in the past to be good again is great. As far as pulling for somebody like Sora or Kingdom Hearts Cloud, on their new banner, I personally think it's a no, unless you really love Kingdom Hearts like I do. I mean, I even have a tattoo on, again, biased coming through. It's a no because all the damage dealers coming out in the future are going to be better, and I'm sure you guys have Esther, Xeno, Elena. You guys probably already have all these great units. And so you really don't need the Sora or the thing unless you really just want to use them, because they are going to be useful. So overall, I think AI Katy is more for the mid-tier to new player summon, even for that STMR, guys. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I just don't think a lot of players should be blowing their lapis on a unit they're probably not going to use that much compared to their other units. Now, maybe you don't have all these units. Maybe you're mid-tier, you don't have all this gear. You don't have all these units. And I'm not even thinking from a well perspective. I'm talking about a long-time player who's acquired a lot of these TMRs and some of these STMRs. It's just, it's huge. I hate using the word bait, but I think it's bait, man. I think they put a lot of flashy things on AI Katy to get you guys pulling forward and make back the money on the Katy Perry collab. I don't like it. Again, Sora and Cloud, they got upgraded. They are there. They're right near the top as long as you have an outside Imperil. And I'm going to have fun with them. I'm going to have a lot of fun with them. Talking about Riku Sephiroth, that's going to be for tomorrow. But let me tell you, Riku is going to be doing tons of damage. I'm really excited to talk about him. It does suck that the Kingdom Hearts collab only brought us damage dealers. I know a lot of people have been talking about that. It would have been nice to maybe get a Donald Duck or a Goofy Tank, Donald Duck healer, or, Black Mage healer hybrid or something like that. But hey, most of these people in the games are damage dealers, so that's just how it's going to be. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how wrong I am about AI Katy. I can't wait to hear these. Please be respectful about that. And then subscribe for future content. Catch me out on Twitter tomorrow. If you want to see my Riku pulls and you want to see me messing around with Sora and them, tomorrow's the night for you, 8 p.m. EST. We're going to be going in hard for Riku. Sephiroth, don't really care too much. I mean, I'll be happy to get him, but don't care too much. I really just only want Riku. And we'll catch you guys on my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt. And after all this, we'll catch you guys in the next video.